I am here with actress Bryce Lorenzo. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come meet with me.
No problem.
Yeah. So, talk a little bit about when you first decided that you wanted to become an actress. I know you're pretty young, so
Yeah.
you know it might not have been yesterday, but what was the process and the thought process for you of this is something I'd really like to consider as a career?
Well, when I was 4 years old, I did a Disney commercial with my whole family. And one of the producers from that commercial, they set us up with an agent in New York. So then we all, moved to New York, and my family, except for my dad, but they've all kind of been in the business, whether it's modeling or, doing a little bit of acting. So I kind of grew up in that, and when I went and I met with the agent, I just fell in love with her. So that kind of made me want to act even more. So I started going on auditions, and then I realized I really like doing this. This is something that I'm definitely want my future career to be. So.
And like I mentioned, you are 14 now. So are you doing stuff in school? Are you doing stuff in school to further
I'm 12.
that? Oh, you're 12. I'm sorry. I thought you were 14.
Oh no, it's
I'm
fine.
aging you.
I want to stay young.
Yeah, you got to stay young as long as possible in this age, in this day and age, right?
Yeah.
So are you doing school productions?
No. Well, I haven't done any yet because we do school productions in 7th grade.
Okay.
But
So that's going to be coming up this year or next year?
Next year.
Next year.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah. So talk about some of the projects that you've done. I know that you were on Happy for 2 years, which was, right off the bat for you. That's a great thing to get a role that lasted 2 seasons and that you were a featured cast member on. What was that process like for you, getting the role and being on set and all that?
Well, I got an audition from my agent, and I remember thinking after the audition, oh, I think I did great. What if I got called for this? This would be amazing. It was my mom's birthday, and we're in the train station, and my manager called and she said, I booked Happy. She put me on the phone, and I was so happy.
Yeah.
And I was because this was my first reoccurring role on a television show, because I've been in a movie, but again, all my other television stuff has been just, guest starring. So I was so excited, and I remember my first day of shooting, I was just really antsy, and it was till 4 a.m. because
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was insane because there was so many people, and it was supposed to be nighttime, and it was this big concert. So I was just sitting. It was the coldest day of the year. I was sitting in the warming tent, freezing, having a a very light jacket on because of the scene, and I was just wow, I'm going through all this for this, but
Right.
I'm okay with it.
What
It's
did I
great.
get myself into,
Yeah.
right? Now, how did you balance doing school and filming the show? Did you go to regular school? Did they have an on-set tutor for you? How did it work?
Well, before I went to school, this is my first year at school, in 6th grade, so I was homeschooled by my mom, and that kind of worked out because, my mom would just tutor me on set, and, even when I wasn't on set, my mom would just tutor me, and then I can go out and do whatever I want. But now I'm in
Sounds like
school.
a great life to me.
Yeah, I was in my pajamas eating breakfast while I was studying, so I'm it's the good life.
Yeah.
And then I went to school, and my school is set up for kids that are in the business, so that worked just as well. So the on-set tutor was able to help me with my schoolwork because of the website we used. So it was pretty easy.
That also had to be helpful for you in terms of being with other students who were in the same sort of field as you, because they were also coming from homeschooling, and you weren't just thrown in with a bunch of kids who had been together for 10 years or however many years you are in your 5th grade. It's been so long for me, I don't remember the age of 5th grade.
My school actually starts at 6th grade, so everyone was new to that school, which is pretty cool.
Great. So it's you're all starting out together.
Yeah, and honestly, it made me feel very comfortable that I wouldn't be missing school days when all my friends get to hang out all the time, because they're doing the same thing, and my school supports me no matter what. So I just feel very welcomed all the time.
What were some of the things that you learned being on the set of Happy that are going to stick with you going forward now?
A lot, actually, but a lot of the things actually came from Chris Maloney. So he taught me that less is more in a scene, because sometimes when you overact a scene, that it just ruins the whole vibe. And he also taught me that you can sometimes improvise in scenes because, like, sometimes the scene needs it, and especially if it's like the right scene and the right like character to do it for, it just works. Because sometimes when you feel there should be something else in a scene, it's okay to add it, especially if you talk to the director and everything, because it just makes the scene actually feel more natural.
Did being spontaneous and being allowed to do that, did that help you become a better actress and give you more confidence that you were able to speak up and say, I would like to play it this way, and did it help you?
Yes, definitely, because, okay, funny story about that. So I was on set with my dad, and my mom had left because, she's always on set with me, but she had to do something with my sisters. And my dad saw me go up to the director and ask him a question, like, either, like, I forgot what I was asking, but something about improvising the scene, or, like, asking how I should do this. And my dad called my mom, he's like, she's talking to the director. I didn't know she did this. Like,
right.
What is she doing? And
you're teaching your father.
Yeah. Honestly, like...
We won't tell anybody.
No. But I remember just thinking, like, I was just felt very comfortable, and I knew that I could always, do this, because you always have to communicate in a scene, because whether or not, like, you know what you're doing or not, like, you have to ask questions and, figure it out on your own and stuff.
Well, I would think that the director probably liked that because, and this may be me saying something that's not true, but sometimes with child actors, they're probably just so excited to have a job that they may not speak up and say, I'd like to really try it this way. So that must be very empowering for you as a young actress to do something like that, and also to have a positive reaction to it, not just like, oh, you're a kid, get away from me, do it the way I want you to.
And honestly, even if they say, I think we should do the scene, like we should go in a different direction, I'm okay with it, because at least they're being honest with me, and that's the kind of honesty I need. And for projects before that, I was a little shy, because who wants to go up to the big director and ask, hey, can I do something differently?
That's when you got to play the sweet innocent little kid with a little smile and say, I'd like to really try it this way. Let's see how. You just give that little smile and the wink, and then and then they'll maybe be more receptive to it.
Yeah, now I can just go up to them and ask them, honestly.
That's amazing that you have that strength already at such a young age to know that that's something that you can do. And, that's fantastic.
It's definitely something that's going to be helpful in my career. So
for your career and in life, there's no reason that you shouldn't learn at a young age to be able to stand up for yourself and what you feel is truly what's either best for yourself, your character, or a situation on set. Like, I don't know that this is something that's comfortable for me. Now, a project that you recently filmed was drawn from real life events, right? You're playing O.J. Simpson and Nicole Simpson's daughter. What was that like for you, filming a project at such a young age, but also being a real person that you're portraying? Was that nerve-wracking for you?
It wasn't so nerve-wracking, but I knew that I definitely had to, try my best to portray this character, like, to my best ability, because she's someone that's real, so I have to, look up all my facts, and I try to Google everything I could about her and the things she was going through, because before that, before I filmed that, I didn't really know much about O.J. Simpson and that whole mishap.
That's a good thing.
Yes, but I remember being on set and my mom a lot of time discussing, like, who this character was to Nicole or something like that. So.
And did you learn anything different on that set than you had learned on Happy, or did you already have the confidence in what you learned from being on that set for 2 years to go into this role and know what you wanted to do and how you wanted to play it, and if there was something you wanted to change, you had that confidence to do so?
Well, yeah, a lot of the things from Happy definitely carried over to me being able to talk up more, honestly, and asking the director. I definitely did that a few times, but a lot of the stuff, honestly, in that movie, it was already, like, so perfect. I don't know, like, the scenes, that I didn't really actually have to change anything, but I would definitely still ask the director if he wanted me to deliver something differently, because I just feel that's very, professional, and again, just forming communication so that you can, like, perform to your best ability.
And now that you're off for the summer, are you auditioning? What's
yes,
going
a lot. Oh my gosh.
Crazy?
Last month was like, I did, I think, like 12 auditions just in that month, and they were all self-tapes, which my mom hates because, she doesn't want to keep taping me over and over again. When in an audition, you just do it once and it's over.
Right.
I like self-tapes better though, because I can mess up
and really work it out
yeah.
and do it a couple times.
Yes.
And like, I guess what people don't understand is they say, oh, you know, Bryce is out for the summer, but this is really the time when you're going to start getting cast in things, because network shows have gone back into production this week and last week, I think. So now's your busy season.
Yeah, honestly, when I was filming Happy, I didn't get that many auditions because I was already locked in.
Right.
But now that I'm free, I'm like, woof, it's a lot.
Yeah. Now, do you have any interest in doing theater since you're based in New York?
Well, I want to go to, I want to do theater when I'm older because, I don't know, I just feel, I don't know, I really like acting on TV at the moment, but I definitely want to go to theater when I'm older because I think I'll be wiser and more experienced. And of course, theater is like one of the biggest like types of acting there is, because it's true, because you're performing in front of a live audience, not just behind cameras. So I definitely want to do that when I'm older and, again, more wiser.
And you get immediate feedback. You don't have to wait for the project to come out and that kind of thing. Yeah. When you are planning or preparing for an audition, what do you do to get yourself in the zone of the character that you're going out for?
Well, a lot of the time they send me like a description of what the character's like. I like to, even if I've read it like 10 times already, I like to reread it so that I can, again, get an idea of what the character's like and just know what she's going through. And sometimes they send me the whole script and I like to go through that so that I can know everything that's going on. And a lot of the things that my mom taught me, especially as like, you know, kind of my mom that's been like an actress before, she taught me that you shouldn't know what comes like first in the scene, like think about the moment before. So that's very helpful for me too, because say that she just comes up out of nowhere and says, hi, like what she's doing before, just like something to keep me almost, I guess, I can't really describe the word, but something that like makes me be able to carry on the scene.
Absolutely. Do you feel that being an actress and being so disciplined at a young age has given you a maturity that some of the people in your age group don't have, because you've been working, you've been on sets, you see how people have to be on time and all that kind of thing? Has that really helped you mature a little bit faster in terms of your work ethic? Yes,
definitely, because like a lot of kids my age, you know, they're going out having fun, going shopping, and I feel that I've matured because, you know, I'm always on set around adults, not so much children all the time, and my school is filled with kids like me that are always on set, so it's actually pretty great to have, like, you know, be able to connect with someone that's pretty much just like me. And before, I was like, well, I was still a very serious actor, but I did gymnastics.
I was literally, you must be reading my mind. I was going to say that to you. I know you're also involved in gymnastics, and that also takes discipline.
Yes, definitely. I've definitely been disciplined from that, and I've had a lot of friends from gymnastics that were just as disciplined as me. So when I was on set, when I was not at gymnastics, it made me very disciplined because they always taught me that, like, you know, manners and to respect, you know, your coaches or your just elders and stuff.
Yeah. And so what do you do for fun then? Are you still doing gymnastics?
No, I'm not. I quit a couple years ago because, you know, gymnastics is an individual sport.
And it's very time consuming.
Yeah, so like I was going 6 days a week, and if you miss days, you're only like failing yourself. And I remember there was this one coach that always had my back. She actually supported me because she knew that I wasn't gonna be an Olympic gymnast. But the rest were a little like, they would get mad if I missed gymnastics, but it's not really my fault because acting was always my passion.
That's your priority. That's your priority.
And for fun, I, of course, like any other kid, I like to hang out with my friends and I like to go shopping. And my sisters are skateboarders, so I also like to skateboard with them.
Now, do they do that professionally or?
Well, they're part of a movie called Skate Kitchen, which so now they're always going on like shoots and commercials where they have to bring their boards. So they kind of do like skate professionally, I guess, in the, you know, business acting world and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Bryce, it was such a pleasure interviewing you. You're so well spoken, and I really look forward to everything that you have coming out and coming up.
Thank you so much.
And I hope to interview you again sometime.
Yes, it was nice meeting you.
It was very nice to meet you as well.